Leona from Butler Diaries here.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Good, thanks. Yeah, I just got a message from Christine that you rang and...
Yes, that's correct. I rang because I couldn't get it on line, and then the girl I spoke to said, no, we're out of stock. What I wanted was this year's diary, the 2022 one, because I relieve everywhere and I show everybody the diary. I've actually just photocopied one page out of your diary, and I tell everybody how good it is because I only come across it 2 years ago. Our teacher brought it in and showed us, and it is fantastic. I cannot fault the thing. I've been in the industry for nearly 40 years, and it's so easy to use. And when she first gave it to us, it was like, oh, my God, what are we going to do? How's it going to work? It works so well. And so this year I've flogged 4 of them off to different people that I know. I said, look, there it is, go and do it. I currently work for council, so they're really hard to change their ways.
Yeah.
But I've finally convinced our advisor to let me buy one so that we can use it next year at my centre.
Yeah.
Because I work there 3 days. And then I'm going to plug that one everywhere I go and just say to the girls, buy it yourself, just use it, claim it on tax or do whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
To get it, because we just find they're so handy. The department come in to give us A&R, and they were so impressed with it, they said to us, where'd you get it from?
Yeah.
And we had to tell them.
Yeah,
and they could see that there was everybody involved in it, that every person that worked there had written something.
Yeah.
They'd seen where parent info. It's great. It's great. I don't know where it's been all my life, but I'm telling you, it's bloody good.
That's awesome.
So that's why I wanted to just purchase one from this year, because I'm going to go to my relief work on Monday and, you know, if the girls are nice and I get to know them, then I go to them, look, this is the system I was shown 2 years ago. This is the book. Come and have a look. You can write here and there. I might add a few pictures, something, what we do.
Yeah.
And then I'll go, but you'll have to bring this company here and send it. And I show every student that we have in, all the uni students that come in and do their placements. I keep telling them, get on this website and buy this book. I'm actually, and I convinced them, and then they got assessed, and the assessor said to them, gee, I like this book. Where'd you get that from? And they
well,
just
that's great news. Yeah.
The reliever told us about it, and we've only been doing it, a month and a half.
I'm happy to send you as many diaries as you need to hand around. I've got a pile of 2022s. I'm happy to send them to you because you're being such a great advocate.
I can pass them on. Don't worry about that. I can drop them off to different people and help you out, because that's what I do. Like, I've been in the industry for 40 years and I've seen how it's going downhill, or, relievers come in and you go, didn't you know how to do that? That's basic knowledge. So then, I say to them, do this, do that. Same with the teacher I'm with now. It's an alternative type of program in Kinder where I relieve, and I've been there all year, 1 day a week. And she says to me, so how did you do this? Or how did you set that up? And she's been around forever as well. Because they're an alternative Kinder, I've got different ways. And I say, well, we don't do that because their Kinders are free range. It's sort of like mud and water everywhere. Today, the kids are out with no shoes and socks on, playing in mud and playing in sand and all that, where most Kinders don't allow that.
We've got an outdoor program now as well. So if they wanted to use that to put some structure around the evidence of what they're doing, that would be great for them, because their program could be recorded, and then the assessors can see, they're not just running around playing in mud, they're actually doing all of these different fine
reasonings.
All the reasonings to it. All right, well, I'll get some goodies off to you. I'll also email you. And look, any photos or any sort of, things like that you can get to, that we can also share to show people,
how
you use it. And we just want to share what other people are doing, and showing that, that the assessors actually really do like it.
I know where I am Wednesday, they're looking at ordering them as well, because they've got a new girl, so they've just told the new girl she has to use it. That's your 3-year-old diary, and this is going to be our 4-year-old one. Because they run 2 different programs, so they're getting them off you as well.
Great. Fantastic. All right. Well, I can send you through like that. We've got an ed leader diary. We've got a nominated supervisor.
Oh, okay. I'll talk to the nominated supervisor about because I'm just a diploma, but I'll talk to the non-supervisor about it.
We've also got an ebook. I don't know if you've seen that has them filled out already, so it gives you a little bit of an example of how it's been used before, just as a starting point. Right. So I'll send you that in a PDF. But
no, thank you very much for that, because then you can show them.
That can be your example. Yes, exactly.
The students are like, oh, I'm not too sure. They told me to do it this way at school, that way. And I go, look, have a look here. And when I first started, I said, look at this. We'll do it for 2 weeks. And we did.
Yeah.
And then I said to the girl, now, can you see? Have a look in your room. And the co-worker's looking in her room. She goes, yeah. I said, now, where's the home corner written here for the last 2 weeks? And she looked back, she goes, it isn't. I said, yeah, because that's, kids are not interested in it. So now this book has done your programming for you. You've seen all the kids, the things the kids like, the things they're doing. I said, now you can lead from that. Get rid of your home corner and put something else there. And she goes, yeah. I don't have to worry about all the other crap, that we have to do other stuff as well.
Yeah,
but it's in front of you, really basic. Anyone
can
get it.
It's designed to be really simple.
And we wrote parent comments in, so then that just went straight into our quip.
Yep.
Because you've got a family input section on it. So we just write what the parents say to us at the door, and then once a month when we have our staff meetings, we just go, right now, anything to add to the quip. We grab your book now and go, yes, that parent donated this parent gave us feedback here, this parent said that, and I go, oh, and it's done.
Yep, fantastic. Awesome.
So it's not all different sheets of paper you're chasing around and looking for stuff here, there and everywhere. It's all together in one.
Yeah, that's amazing feedback. Thank you.
No, thank you for inventing the thing. I tell you, it's hard to describe, but it's made my job a lot easier. And the two girls that we work together with, that where we are permanent, we've all moved to different sections now of education. But last year was such a breeze for us. When she first said it to us, we went, oh, no, I don't know. What am I writing? What do I put here? Where does this go? She goes, no, just do it. And your reflection page for the month, she said to us, it's a well-being page.
Okay,
she said, so you write what you want to write as your reflection for the month. Yeah. So she said, you can even write how you've had a crap time over the weekend. I don't care, sort of thing. So we did. And she said we weren't allowed to comment on each other's reflection in there. So if I wrote, it was a bad month and I didn't like this, but I enjoyed, the excursion or something, the next person wrote their own thing. They didn't comment on, my month was bad like yours. So you were individual, and it was really good to do.
Yeah,
because
awesome.
It was a way you could read each other's stuff. That was allowed. So you knew that your co-worker might have been having a bad day or might have been having a really good time in the last week, or something affected them. You didn't pick up while you were working, but it's in the book. You tend to write things rather than say things. So then you knew to go to your co-worker, you need a bit of hand here. I'm battling with the computer, I would write on there. And my co-worker would come up and go, look, I'll do your computer work today. Can you do my other work that you're good at? Yeah, no worries.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
So it was good. It was a way of tackling things without having to actually speak as well. We still spoke. We're very close, don't get me wrong. But when it's in there, it made it that little bit easier to write what you actually felt rather than trying to say it to somebody's face.
Yeah, and it's also busy. And if that was in a computer, no one would see it.
No one sees it, and it's on the table, and, everyone walks in, and, like, the girl I work with this year, she's really set in her way. She's really, really set. It's 10 o'clock, you got to do this. It's 10:30, you got to do that. And so I convinced her for the book, and she hard-heartedly done it, and then she went away for 3 weeks, and I wrote everything in the book, and when I come back and she read it on her day, she said to me the next day, I can see how good that book is.
Okay.
She said, I understand now. She said, because I can see why you did something and where it led to. And I can see in the book what has happened, and I can see how you've introduced things because of what the children have actually said or the parents have said in it.
Brilliant.
And I said, yep, it's brilliant. I told you that. So once she's seen it working, she's on board.
You
so
got to
she's
convert.
the one that said, yes, get it next year.
Awesome. That's fantastic.
So it's great. Well, I'll get you some photos of them
that'd be
using it.
Amazing.
And that, I'll see how we can do it so that there's no kids' names and that privacy sort of stuff.
We can take all of that out. Yes, thank you.
They're actually making my job easier, if that makes any sense to people.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
At the end of the day, we have already written in your book. So that's the way we do it. We have a table in our room next to our sign-in book, and the book is open for the week.
And then it's done.
So throughout the day, we all just go over and write, intentional teaching, and we just put a little line, might have been, today was planes, because we're all playing with planes. So we just put planes and flight. And that's what we know it as. And then somebody else will write outdoor play, or they did measurement out there and they threw sand at a wall and played in the mud. So we just write mud, sand and things like that, sand bombs we call them. Yeah. And then by the end of the day, it is full. So when they've gone home at 4 o'clock, we go to sit down and we go, it's done.
It's done. Brilliant.
You don't have to do that work.
Yeah,
or
awesome.
I come in and go, hey, I didn't see you doing the planes, but I know it's been done.
Yep.
And then they'll say to me, I didn't know that story was read. And I'll go, no, because you were outside and I was reading it inside. So you get a whole picture of the group and the day because of it being long days, that whole long day program, and you're indoors and you're outdoor all day, you do miss things. So by having the book there and everybody writing in it, you get a whole picture of what has happened today. Only one person talks to the parent at the door. So when you write that parent input in, that their child come home and said about the Aboriginal acknowledgement and he'd learnt a new word or something, and you write that in, that's because the parent physically told me, but she didn't tell the other 3 staff.
Right, and then they get to learn,
And they get to see it and learn it, and especially if it's the morning where you're opening up to 30 kids, you don't get a chance to go around to each member of the room to make sure they were told that all the time. I tend to try to get to the teacher and say, look, this mum said this to me, but sometimes I don't get to my fellow co-worker because you're sidetracked with other activities to do.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's how you get it. And so everybody gets to hear that feedback and see what's going on. So it is good and it's easy. So just make sure you put it is easy to do. It's doing your work for you. That's all we keep saying. It's doing your work. So it's good. So thank you.
No worries. I will, send you a box of goodies.
I'll get it out to everyone that I see
between
now and then, and hopefully our Christmas party's next Friday night. I can take it with me.
Brilliant. Okay.
I'll see. If not, I'll get it out some way, sort of thing, so people will get it.
That's fantastic. Thank you. So, listen, thank you so much. I actually have just had my iPad recording our conversation, if you don't mind, just because otherwise I forget things. And you've said some amazing things. Would it be all right if I took out some of those snippets and used them?
Welcome.
That's
I've
brilliant.
Got nothing to hide, so you're
that's amazing.
Whatever
like
I say,
you,
or whatever I do, that's fine.
You're like a super advocate, and that's what we love. And it just makes our day when we know that our diaries are actually helping. That they're actually helping you do your job, and doing what you love. So
thank you so much.
No worries. I'll pack that up now. Okay.
You have a good day.
You too.
And that.
Yep.
And I'll let you go. Thank you very much.
All right. Bye.
Bye.